Hi, this is Lynn, your prayer ministry coordinator. I'm once again here making this video to encourage everyone about really truly spending time with God and listening to His voice, being able to understand when He's talking to you, which I have experienced it, and I know when I look back, I know how God has been guiding. And so I'm sharing you one of my experience. These days I've been exercising or applying this verse that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge him, for he will direct your path. And so last semester I decided to go back to school, and I took 2 classes. I only needed to take 4 classes to get into the program of nursing. And so I asked God, I consulted him, asked him which class I should take. And um, so I so I told him that these are the things that are available and that I'll be able to work. So I did take the statistic and anatomy and physiology, thinking that I would be okay with anatomy and physiology because I took it already before and I had a good grade. And for statistic, I was thinking that it's math and I don't need to do a lot of memorizing. It's just like understanding the process and the concept of it. And so I did. I took it, and it's we have at WashU. I took the statistic, and it, because it's, I didn't have to pay it because it's a benefit for where I work. I work for WashU. But if you flunk it, you'll have to pay it, and it was a couple $1,000s. It's expensive. And so I started taking the class, and I realized that it's a very difficult class. And I was thinking that would I understand? I was thinking like maybe after a while I would understand it, my mind would open up and I'll be able to understand. But it it was the beginning of the semester, and all throughout the semester I was struggling. And at one point I was crying and I was telling God, at first I was saying that, oh, I would like to have an A. But that time I said, Lord, I said, I don't care if I get a C as long as I pass this class, because I don't have to pay. So I was telling him that I said I told you that I asked you, consulted you which class I would take, and then I got directed to this one. So why am I struggling, Lord? And I need you to help me to understand, open my mind, give me understanding. But no, nothing. And the only word that he said, my grace is sufficient for you, and this will be a thorn on my flesh. I said, how does this one work? Is it a thorn on my flesh? But now I was struggling, and then I even failed the midterm exam. Thankfully, my teacher was so gracious and gave us another chance. And then COVID-19 hit, and so we had to go on and remote classes on Zoom. And so at that time also my husband uh, stopped working at their store, and they closed it down. So he's been helping me, or he was helping me, and he was able to focus helping me in this class. And then looking back, I kind of realized that God meant me to take this class, so I would, knowing that I would need help. He did not you know uh, put the COVID-19, but he knew that this is going to happen, so he directed me to take these classes, knowing that I would need a lot of help from somebody. And so my husband wasn't working, so he was able to focus on me, helping me understand all these things. And then my teacher also, he decided to have tutorial on Sunday, so I was there all the time. I actually neglected my anatomy and physiology because I was so focused on it. But you know what? That's what I'm gonna say. When even though it's things gets rough, and even though you think that it's difficult trials, or it's something bad, but God is very good in turning things around and make it a blessing to us. And so later on, um, I was able to finish the class and took the exam, and my teacher told me that I got a B, and I was okay. It's like he wanted a C. I said even if I had a C, I would still be happy. But you know what? when I look at the final grades, he gave me an A, and I know I totally was not deserving of it. And it was, God really humbled me, and he was just saying that without me, you really can do nothing. You cannot be totally dependent on yourself. You gotta trust me. And so I would tell you, these things really um, cemented my faith in him, that I ask him every time what I need to do for the next thing, or what would I need to do for the next decision that I will make. Okay, so here's the song for you. It says, may the God of hope fill you with joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. All things work together for good to those who are called according to God's purpose. Okay, anyway, that was it. And well, I hope this will encourage you to truly trust God and give them all to him, because he can take care of everything. Nothing is impossible with him.